I'll come back. 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 I'll come back.
Oh, Miller, you're in for it now, my dear. You're in for it now.
Hashtag
Oh, well,
podcasting.
maybe I'm not trapped in here with you. Maybe it's the other way around.
We'll see.
Prove it.
Speaking
I
of being
probably
trapped,
Making sure we're
5,
alive.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to the Barcast, where the bar gets lower every single week. Your bartenders for this evening are Non-Pencil. We have Milk.
No.
We have Rav.
I'm here.
And I'm Priest. We're back into 2020, a year that surely won't be as bad as the last two. That won't age well. We we are back to interviewing, and this week we have a very special writer from the community. We have Miller Minus.
That's me. Hello.
That is you. Hello.
How's everybody doing tonight?
You.
Oh, not what is everybody doing?
For people who haven't tuned in before, hello and welcome to the Barcast. We're a community-oriented podcast that's been running for several years. You politely invite the guests. We make them miserable for 2 hours. We forget everything that we're talking about. Stream live on Twitch, and you can catch up on previous episodes like Andrea Libman, Dusty Cat, and many, many more from the Brony community on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and all the other places where you could digest your podcast-related material. We're the lovely Non-Pencil is watching chat right now. Pencil, what sort of questions do we not ask our guest?
Well, we're not going to answer our guests' personal questions like where they work or their address or their phone number or their full real name. You guys know this by now. This is not how we operate. You guys are better than this. Don't make me use the ban hammer. Fuck you guys. Though our guest apparently is swearing friendly, and he's also awful like us. So you can be ready
Oh,
for
I
that.
wouldn't put it that way.
Hey, you said it. It's too late now.
Uh, well, I have a question for you guys first.
Oh, that's new.
Actually, is that new? Oh man,
That
I'm
is
more
new.
unexcited.
more of your
What's
guests
new?
need to take the initiative.
6 years. Let's go.
Um, and maybe you have, but have you ever interviewed someone who has the mature filter turned on FimFiction?
As in,
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Does it happen all the time?
have we had to do like a PG cast? Is that what you're asking?
No, I mean, I'm fine with it not being or being rated R, but yeah, on FimFiction, I don't like partake in any of the R-rated stuff.
Really?
Really,
We've
no.
had people who were genuinely pretty anti-porn on here before. It's been weird, but it's something we have done.
Wow.
Is
Anyway,
there is it that ponies are for cuddly and for cute
Not
and
for
this is
sexual.
this is
exactly.
this is a quote unquote good I can't say that word.
Wholesome.
Good wholesome
Wholesome,
server.
wholesome or violence. I like violence in my fix as well.
That's
And
fair.
well, that's hard to do with the mature filter turned off for some levels of violence.
Really? I feel like you can go pretty hard.
Really?
Depends.
I mean, there's like Rainbow Factory.
Yeah, man.
Oh, well, there's
How violent you want to get here?
Yeah, that's a whole new level.
So don't
Or
worry.
cupcakes. Cupcakes
We
is
have had.
so much worse.
Oh yeah, we've had like weebabs before, so I wouldn't worry about that. Why would you prefer we do this as a PG cast?
No, not at all.
Okay, now we have your permission live on air, so we're gonna swear up a fucking storm.
All
Woo.
right, fuckface. JK. We do have some drinking words before we begin throwing some questions at you. Chat, please drink responsibly. If you hear the drinking words, I love my boyfriend or boyfriend, please drink responsibly. Don't die. We don't want to send someone to the hospital this year.
It's funny because I've
Again.
seen you guys do like pony and ponies before, and I
Yeah.
definitely don't bring him up as often as that.
That's good.
Yeah.
We've had bad stuff. happened before. Okay, so without further ado, let's start from the top. For those who listen to the cast but may not be familiar with who you are, Miller, let's introduce you. Who are you and what do you do in the fandom?
I'm Miller Minus. I've written off and on for a few years now. I think since like the end of season 2, I think it was roughly when I started, and I've had some success and some failure, and now I'm on the Barcast, so that's pretty cool.
Clearly, that's a success.
Sure.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the next question is, what got you into Pony?
I have no idea. I think I was just enticed by the community, to be honest. Like I liked the show for sure, and I was, watching it like ironically like everyone else did at the beginning. But then slowly I just started liking the characters more and more, and then I saw that there was like a really blooming fan fiction community, and I had always wanted to get into writing. And as I was watching the show, I had ideas for stories, and I was like, well, this is a no-brainer. I should jump in.
Awesome. Well, now that you're here in this community, the key question, the big question on everyone's minds is, why are you still here? What keeps you here? Whether is it the
You said-
community?
You said that so wrong.
the accusation. Why are you still here?
Yeah, like I can leave.
No, I mean, like, is it the
I'm kidding.
community? Is it the art? Is it the stories?
Well, there's the blackmail for sure.
That's fair. That's fair.
Blackmail, it's there.
Yeah, no, it's um, I think it's just the fact that like I've managed to have stories, or that people have read my stories, and that I've been able to read cool stories, and like there's a lot of really cool workshopping opportunities in the fandom, and that's like my bread and butter. I absolutely love talking about stories and how they work, and I've just been able to do that for all these years, so it's no reason to leave.
Yeah.
Then speaking of leaving, we're in an interesting space right now where G4 is over. We've gotten our first taste of G5 at the movie, but the chances of it like really invigorating or blowing open the community in the same way that G4 did is very minimal, or it's going to be hard to recapture that lightning in a bottle. What does the Brony community really need to do to stay relevant and strong?
Just keep creating, I would say. And yeah, I definitely agree. Um, I think people are really getting excited about G5, which is cool. But there really is no recreating G4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree with that. All right. Now then, we're gonna. Oh, last but certainly not least, who is best pony?
Oh shit. God, the last time I was asked this was years ago, and I went with Rainbow Dash, and I made like a joke about loyalty and how I'll always be loyal to her. I don't know
That's a
though.
lie, eh?
I might go with these days it's like a tie between Fluttershy and Luna. I think it's just because I've had more ideas with them lately. Um, in fact, I rarely ever write Rainbow Dash. So yeah, I think Fluttershy and Luna, I feel like they're kindred spirits for me a little bit. I don't know if you can hear my boyfriend is currently preparing my next drink.
I hear
Great.
that.
In the
Is that
background.
champagne?
No, it's a really bougie bottle of beer, I think.
Oh, fuck yeah. I can tell it's carbonated, but I couldn't
A
pinpoint what
corked
the cork was
bottle
coming
of
out of.
beer.
It was a corked bottle of beer. It's called, what is it called? Delirium.
I know delirium. Okay. Enjoy your
The
beer.
non-nose delirium. Thank you.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So yeah, what were we talking about? Yeah, Fluttershy and Luna are great, and I relate to them a lot, and I love to write about them.
They are very good beans.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the threads where there is good beans ready to ask you questions. Number one is from Muggany, who asks, well, says number one, a memo pad. I don't know. My notes told me to write this, so I did. Shrug emoji.
Hi, Magani. I actually don't understand this joke. Is he like, because if he already has
Um,
something that he's writing on, then he must already have a memo pad.
just to make sure, Priest, have you refreshed before you read that question?
Memorabilia. I now I have though.
Yes,
Oh, it
good.
changed.
It is now changed.
Yes,
Okay.
I got you. Man.
Let's move to the next question, which is number 1. What are you currently writing?
I kind of come and go to a lot of stories off and on, but I think the one that's probably closest to being done is a Gallus and Silverstream story. I've written them a lot in the past, and I had an idea for a romance involving a piano with them, and yeah, that's the one I'm currently working on.
You could
Sweet.
just write Gallus building her a set of stairs and failing at it.
Oh, there's that.
Thank you for the insightful comment, Enigma.
Mm.
Number 2. What are you currently reading?
In terms of fan fiction, I'm not really reading much right now. But I'm writing. I'm reading the book Bewilderment by Richard Powers. I don't know if that's gonna ring any bells for you guys, but Richard Powers is the go-to author for me. He writes really good literary fiction. But yeah, I won't go into too much detail because I feel like I might bore people. But I really like it.
Does he have any relation to Austin Powers?
No, well, you know what? He might. I don't know. If once I get to the book, I'll get to the autobiography or the biography section, and I'll let you know if his relation to Austin Powers is revealed there.
You don't have to be nice to him. We don't treat him as people. It's
Also,
okay.
I gotta
Aw.
call Muggany out for their numbering. Muggany, my dude, my buddy, my friend, you have 15 questions, and you numbered them 1 through 5 over and over again in weird ways in the hopes that we wouldn't notice, but that is 15 questions, my dude. Jesus Christ. We
No,
can continue.
I get what he's saying. It's a running joke because question number 3 is, what did the boy with amnesia get for his birthday?
I have no idea. I've forgotten.
Neither does he.
No, number 1 is, do you have a favorite author?
Favorite author is Marcus Zusak. That's again a published quote unquote pro author. He wrote books like The Book Thief. And I don't know if any of you have read that, but it's one of
I've
the
read
favorites of mine.
I've read the
Hmm?
book. I have
Yes,
read Book Thief, yes.
I love The Book Thief, and yeah, all of his books. Yeah, I like them a lot. I don't know if he meant a fan fiction author though, but I can answer that too. It's Colton Gardez pretty easily.
Good choice.
Gardez is good bean.
Or my boyfriend. It's a tie. He's giving me an angry look.
Who's your boyfriend on FemFiction? Who's your boyfriend on FemFiction?
His moniker is Pen and Paper. He's kind of new. He was here a while ago, I think, and then I think went to chill with the Zootopia people.
Oh, honey,
I
baby.
think.
Oh.
And yeah, he's back now, and he's started writing. He has a couple stories up, including a Jingle Miss story for Petrichord, which was a
Oh,
pretty
wonderful.
cool pull for him. And yeah, Pen and Paper.
Petrichor is a good bean.
He's also a good
Mhm.
man, yeah.
Number 2, what's your favorite fanfic?
I think it's probably by Gardez. It's Twilight Sparkle at the Gate of Heavenly Peace. I think that's what it's called.
Huh.
Do you know that one?
I do not. I'm woefully unfamiliar with Gardez's work. We're across the social bubble from each other.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, that's a really cool story. It's about a group of um, cult followers of King Sombra who are like trying to murder Twilight Sparkle for what she did to him, basically. Um, and yeah, it's like a bunch of original characters, and I like it because it kind of shows how um, the boundaries of fan fiction are not really where people think they are. You can write an entire story that's just the background characters and not directly involving the canon characters. And if you put effort into those characters and you make them really good and you give them the right stakes and conflict, then like you'll end up writing something really good. And yeah, Twilight Sparkle at the Gate of Heavenly Peace. I'd say that's my favorite.
Cool. Next question is, what did the boy with amnesia get for his birthday?
Couldn't tell you. Slipped my mind.
All right. Muggany gave us something that we can skip. So skipping on down, what is the best non-pony MLP character that isn't in the Student 6?
I'd say Captain Solano
Ooh.
in the movie.
That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah.
Is it?
I
Yeah.
I was so ready for you to say Ember, and I would have gotten up, slammed my hands on the table, and said, "You are right, sir. You are correct." But Solano's pretty good too.
Oh, Ember's up there.
Instead-
Ember's up there.
Instead, our
Yeah.
guest said that they have taste, Enigma.
But he said she's up there, so clearly he has taste.
Mm. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, I really like Solano's design a lot. Yeah.
When that movie came out, for the longest time, I was calling her Captain Cilantro.
On
Yeah,
purpose.
she looks a bit like it.
Oh my god.
And then skipping on down number 5, what did the boy with amnesia get for his birthday?
I appear to have forgotten.
And then number 1 is what are you currently writing? And
I've also forgotten that.
and number 2 is what are you currently reading?
Yeah, see, as soon as I speak something out loud and I answer the question, then it just leaves my mind forever. So I literally can't answer this anymore.
And then number 3 is what did the boy with amnesia?
What did he get for his birthday? That's what he's looking for.
I was gonna
Yes.
say, what did the boy with amnesia? The girl with amnesia. Anyway.
Hey!
The question I have is I think we ought to ask this Muggany question because Muggany also put it in chat. Muggany wants to know: will you godfather their children?
Will I godfather their children? Depends. What does being a godfather entail, especially to Muggany's children?
So if Muggany super dies and everyone in his direct family super dies, it means you get to have his children.
What if I super die?
Then they're orphans.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
no.
man.
When I hear someone say, "Will you godfather blank?" I don't think "Oh, I'll take care of them." I think, "Oh no, they're gonna Corleone kill everyone at once."
Well, yeah, that's because you've never had a supportive family.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding to insult me.
I know. I'll insult you every day of the week, honey cakes. Doesn't need to be on any specific day.
I was also
Also-
thinking, like, godfathering Muggany's children. Does that mean he's gonna like invite me to his family's stuff? Because I don't know if I'm about that.
Yeah, he might. You be careful. He might.
You might.
And I also think Priest, you ought to ask the very last sentence on Muggany's post. Probably worth saying.
Oh, how your day?
It's nice. It's very nice. It's very sunny where I am.
It's nice.
Can I ask how Muggany's day is doing? Is he in the chat?
Yes, he
Yeah,
is in
you
the chat.
can.
He'll
You can
probably
ask
answer.
that.
There we go.
Now we're watching the chat.
Yeah, we're all
Muggany, you
staring
gotta
at the chat
answer.
waiting.
The
You're on
pressure's-
deck,
the pressure's
Muggany.
on you. He says he's good!
Woo!
Okay. All right, RB-47, or should I say RB Dad? Oh, I miss you, RB Dash. I haven't talked to you in a while. All right.
I miss him too.
Did RB Dash have a kid?
No. That's just his random joke.
He's everybody's
It's like
dad.
he treats he cares about everyone and goes out to like make sure everyone's okay and stuff. So
I was just gonna congratulate him having crotch goblins. Damn it. Okay.
well,
The
RB Dash
crotch
would be-
goblin sounds like a violent form of crabs.
Tell me that does not describe your niece.
Everyone, okay. Now we all have to go to RB Dash's like profile page and comment congratulations.
I'm okay with that. I will
I'll
do
do it.
that.
I
Yeah,
am
alright,
no
let's do it.
stranger to screwing with RB Dash.
All right,
and
let's
I
screw with
have a
RB
story
Dash.
for that.
All right,
Here
we're gonna do
please
it
tell
right
us.
now. We're rating. We're rating. Here we go.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah. While
Okay,
you do that, I
folks,
can
comment.
tell you my RB Dash story.
Tell us the
So-
RB Dash
Please
story.
tell it.
Yeah, so BronyCon 2019, right? It was my first ever convention, period, not even just in this fandom. And I met up with Dubs Rewatcher, who I was a pretty good friend with at the time, and he told me the story, maybe you guys know about it, about someone in the fanfiction server that was just torturing RB Dash, who was the admin at the time, who was like always causing drama and like was like, I don't know if they were just pretending to be like having like a lot of trouble like mentally, But they kept like coming and going, and then like other alts would come in and be like, "Oh, I'm the cousin of this person," like, and you really hurt their feelings, RB Dash. Like, you should like apologize to them. And like Dubs was telling me the story. So he was like, he pointed me out to the room. He pointed him out to me in the room and was like, "Go up to him and tell him that you're that person's cousin and that you need to talk to him." And so I went up to him and I like shook his hand and I was like, "I'm like, I don't remember the troubled child's name, but I'm like, I'm the cousin of so and so." And then I didn't even get like the rest of the sentence out. He just like gripped my hand as hard as he could and he was like, "Who the fuck are you, you bastard?" He turned my name tag around and he was like, "I have never heard of Miller Minus in my goddamn life." So yeah, that was me meeting RB Dash for the first time. So yeah, like it's nice to see that he said in the forum that I'm his favorite cowboy, because our relationship started in a very bad place.
Oh,
It was certainly a very weird place. Like, no denying that, I don't think.
I do remember running into you at cons and stuff. It was a cool experience.
Yes, yeah, we did a flash interview at
We
BronyCon
did.
2019.
It was a whole thing. It's documented.
It's documented on there. Nobody watched that. Is the cringiest thing I've ever. It's the not calling you guys cringy. I'm saying I was as cringy as I've ever been in that interview.
Speaking of cringe, which of your stories are you most proud of?
Oh yeah, I think I read these questions first, and I like gave this one a lot of thought because I feel like I'm proud of some of the stories and not proud of some of the stories for different reasons. But I think I go with the Changeling, which is a story about Smolder trying to like grapple with this feeling that she has that like it's not just that she like likes girly pretty things
She
when
likes
she's
girls.
on her own.
Is that she likes girls?
Close.
Damn.
But no, it's not just that, but like the reverse feeling, which is that when she's around like her kind, she kind of feels like she has to perform for them, and then it's like kind of exhausting. So the whole conceit of the story is like Smolder is not a changeling, but sometimes she feels like one. And yeah, I was like halfway through writing that the first time in the write-off, and something just hit me. Like I was like, "Oh fuck, this could be a metaphor for transgender people," and I was like, "Uh-oh, like I'm gonna fuck that up. I'm gonna hurt someone." But I got through it. I did like my first draft in the write-off, and then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna post this to FinFiction, but I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna make sure that nobody gets hurt." So I like reached out to people who are transgender and like ran it by them and like workshopped it a lot. And by the end of like posting the story and the second chapter that I wrote to it, I was like, okay, I did the right thing. I did a good job. I did my due diligence. And I also just kind of like that it can be interpreted in different ways. It can be about the transgender experience. It can be about just that feeling of being around others and feeling like you're putting on a show in order to make people like you, sort of thing, which I think is something that a lot of people can relate to. So yeah, I'd say that's my proudest one.
Well, that's awesome.
That's
I
lovely.
know what that's like when you put a lot of research and love and you put a lot of work into making sure that you do it right and you do like something that you're not normally experienced with justice.
Right, and I had the feeling sometimes that I could just run away if I wanted to, and I'm glad I didn't.
Up next, we have questions.
By the way, Priest, behind the counter, you will notice that there is a question.
Oh, yep. I am woefully screwed up. All right, opium for the mass. Which fanfic author has the best drugs? Well, okay.
That is fucking easy. It's Posh, 100%.
Just
All
no
right.
hesitation. You're like, I
Yep.
know this answer.
No. Yep, that's Posh. I don't know. Have you seen his latest blog post where he's like reviewing stories on fanfiction? He literally just takes a snort of cocaine in the middle of it. Like,
Oh my god.
I don't even think he's acting. I think he literally did that. Yeah.
Wow,
Holy
that's
shit.
some shade. Hey,
Shout out to Posh.
hey, Milk, you got some fucky wucky stuff happening to your screen, buddy cakes.
Yep.
Yep, Milk. Yeah, no worries.
Just you can fap. Just do it on a different screen and mute. You're fine.
Oh no.
Also, does that rule apply to me as well? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, like, if you just wanted to do that live on stream, none of us would directly stop you until it became so loud that we could get like some sort of Twitch violation. So
I
yeah,
mean,
there you go.
it's not like it would be the first time.
Oh god. Yeah, I remember when we did the poll and there were some guests who genuinely like, yeah, no, I definitely like touched myself while I was on the feed. I was like, that's great. Good to know.
That's
Well,
good.
that's my goal today. I hope to cause that feeling in some of your listeners.
Good.
It's not that hard. They're needy.
I thought you were going to say your goal was to one day touch yourself.
Yeah,
Never done that before. Yep, never ever.
No.
Speaking of touching ourselves, we've got a person up next that has touched me, like in the mind. I don't know where
God,
I'm going with this.
I hope it's just in the mind.
It's just in the mind.
Okay.
Would you like to take these questions from the thread pencil?
Sure can. It's Jack of a few trades, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Jack of few trades would like to know which of the student 6 is your favorite.
Hi, Jack. Love Jack. I think he probably knows the answer to this question. It's definitely Gallus, 100%. No question.
Aw. Any reason particularly why, or is it just Gallus is best?
Gallus is a bird and he's blue. No, that's not it. I generally like his character, and I remember like as soon as I first saw him, I was like, oh, this guy's definitely like a jerk with a heart of gold. Like we're gonna see it. And then I feel like as the show went on and they had like more of his story in the background, I was like, I called it, even though I didn't really call anything. Like I was just running with it. Yeah, love Gallus.
Oh, well, that's nice. What is your favorite genre to write, and why?
I guess if you're looking at fan fiction genre, slice of life is something I do a lot. Just because what I like to do most is explore characters. That's my favorite thing. And slice of life is often very helpful in giving you the space to do that. Like you don't need crazy high stakes or anything. It's just like there's something happening inside this character that they're trying to deal with, and so let's just go about their slice of life day and see what's going on.
Sounds comfy.
Outside of fanfiction genres, like I don't really. Sorry if you can hear my boyfriend's dog horking up whatever he just ate.
Hey, we're not sorry. You're letting us drink more.
Oh wow.
Right. What were we talking about?
Well, now I'm talking about a vomiting dog on stream, because that is the first vomiting dog I think we've had on stream.
There you
No,
go. Well, he
Milo.
didn't actually
No,
release
Milo
anything,
has-
so
Milo has-
Oh no, Milo vomited on stream.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had not
Sorry.
recalled. Oh, the second, still an illustrious title. It was your favorite genre to write, and you would,
Slice of life and liking to explore.
yeah, for sure.
and then
yeah,
that's from comfy.
um, outside of the fan fiction genres, like I do a lot of non-genre stuff. So just general
Mhm.
fiction is my favorite. It's my favorite to read and write.
So what do you mean by non-genre?
So I mean, everyone's got different systems for how they classify um, published works in writing. But one of the, I think, generally accepted one is that genre includes like most speculative stuff like horror and fantasy and sci-fi, etc. Some people will refer to those books like classics or like The Kite Runner or something that take place in the real world as like literary fiction, which I know they don't mean that to sound very pretentious, but I feel like it does. So I usually refer to it as non-genre.
Okay. No, that's fair. I just hadn't heard the phrase before, so I was curious. All right, up next. Do birds really recharge on Oh, I'm sorry, pencil.
Wow, these are my questions. You gave them to me and then you took them back, Priest. Good job.
I'm bad at this. I'm sorry.
Okay, do birds really recharge on power lines?
That is, I mean, yes, and that is my favorite conspiracy theory because it's the only one that's real, which is that birds are not real. Birds do not exist. If it flies, it spies, and everyone here would be wise to keep that in mind.
Yeah, the CGI on birds were better in the 90s. These days, you could see the bits.
Well, I think they were all replaced sometime in the 90s. Like, that's when it happened. Like, they were all replaced with little government spy drones.
Government spy drone birds. Well, that
Mhm.
explains Milk. We always knew Milk was secretly a spy. He's our. You're a lovable FBI agent, Milk.
So Milk, is you being gay a cover or you? The character.
That's actually the second part of the conspiracy. Is birds aren't real, and if they were, they'd be gay.
Well, gestures at Milk. This isn't helping anyone's denial of that. Isn't that right, Milk?
Now I'm wondering how you milk a bird.
When you park, you want to know how to milk a bird? You park a brand new clean car under power lines. That's how you milk a bird. What is it that keeps you in this fandom? I know we've already mentioned a little bit about that. It's that you stay here really because you haven't been kicked out. But is there any one person or story or one specific thing that really keeps you here?
Well, yeah, I mean, I could actually give a shout out to Semi on here. I knew I was going to eventually. Yeah, my boyfriend's fist pumping. Semion's a good friend of ours. But yeah, there was like a couple years ago, I kind of fell out of writing and the fandom in general. But one thing that I was still doing was I was editing for Semyon and his story Never Seen. Shout out to Never Seen. It's great. But yeah, there was like a long time there where I was like, wow, the only reason I'm still in here is because I'm editing this one story. And now I'm kind of more back-ish and I'm writing again. And yeah, that's shout out to that's due to Penn and due to Semyon. And so yeah, there are some specific people in a way, but the community in general is always a reason to come back, I think.
I think that's totally fair. All right, Priest. Now I'll turn it back over to you. Does that sound okay?
No. Okay, up next. Glim Master is up next. Number one, if you are Miller Minus, where is Miller Plus?
Yeah, Miller Plus is my evil twin brother. He invented Twitter. That's him in the logo. It's a total vanity project. Yeah, we're not on speaking terms anymore.
That's
Aw.
fair. I also understand what it's like to cut family out of your life. Fuck you. All right. Number two, how do you make worst pony become best pony?
I don't know. Is there any saving Mudbriar?
No.
Probably not,
I
right?
mean,
I can't imagine so.
You'd have to like, I don't know, put him in like you have to just put him in something that's like really fucking real. Like where like slowly everybody starts to like stop talking to him because he's such an asshole. And like Maud would like leave him over the way he talks. And then like slowly over the course of the story. I feel like if you
why?
could do that, maybe the reader eventually would be like, oh, and feel bad for him. But to become the best, I don't know.
I feel
I
like there's
want
something.
someone to.
Go ahead, Nick.
I want someone to ask Maud why she likes him, and she just goes, "He's got a really huge schlong."
I mean, what else could it be, right?
Because he's always
He's got that rock
for me.
hard stick.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the joke I'm making. Yep, that was the joke.
Yep,
That's the joke.
that's the joke. I think there's also something exceptionally funny that like one of the most deadpan characters that's female we love. Deadpan male, no, get the fuck out.
Well, no, because he's also a fucking snob, and I say that as a fucking snob. Like, I know my own kind. I can smell them from a mile
He-
away. My nose is stuck up
he's-
that high.
He's a fucking stick in the mud. That's why his fucking cutie mark is a stick in the mud.
I mean, at least Maud knows how to have fun. And Maud can throw a turn of phrase like a bitch, like, you're the most basic of jokes. Come on, like,
Got
you've
him.
got shade.
Yeah. He can't speak unless the sentence starts with actually, which is just
Oh, God, that's
The
so
worst.
fucking annoying.
He's the
yeah.
worst.
I kind of like that they were like writing a character and they were like, okay, we need to make someone really annoying. Who should we get? Oh, the Sheldon guy. We'll do that.
Worse. This is worse because he's like, oh, I know. Like, and he's not even interesting enough to justify it. So,
Chad is now simping over your mod impression.
oh, I don't know that I can do a Maud impression. Can I do a Maud impression?
Yeah, apparently, yes.
Oh,
They really
have
liked
her-
it.
just
Keep
have-
that in mind for Shitfix.
I
want
will
it.
keep
have-
that in mind.
They want it.
Just have her going, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
That was Rainbow Dash. That was Rainbow Dash who did that in that video, honey cakes.
Yeah.
I
but
know.
Then why would I do it as mod, jackass?
Because it's
Has something
monotone.
something to say.
Let's ignore Enigma like he was born to be and actually get back to focusing on our guest.
Enigma's a fuckhead.
I agree, but number 3. What story in the fandom would you recommend to everyone, Miller?
Damn, I'm really gonna become a Cold and Gardez simp by the end of this episode. I guess I already am.
A lot of people really love Gardez, so
fair enough. I would go with Babel by him because it's a lot shorter. But yeah, Babel by Cold and Gardez, which is Discord casts a spell, creates a spell, whatever that causes everyone to start speaking like a different language. Some of them, or most of them, are like made up, so like no one can communicate anymore. Some of them are speaking regular English or Ponish, what have you. But yeah, that story is nice and short and sweet, and like that is one that like if I'm ever talking to a friend and they're like, "So why the hell do you write like My Little Pony fan fiction?" I'll be like, because it's good. Like read this one. Like I would definitely use Babel for that.
I'll never forget the first few write-offs that I won were it was because everyone thought that the stories that I wrote were actually written by Colton Gardez.
That happens so often on there. It's so funny.
I just take it as a compliment. It's good.
Absolutely. Yep. As you should.
Now then, number 4. What superpower would you like to have?
Hey, Pen, what superpower would I like to have? Invisibility, says my boyfriend.
That's
Why?
A drink.
Aw, he's giving me a really sweet answer.
You see, I was expecting like be invisible. Is it so you can like sneak into really cool concerts or like, you know, not be a creepy person and watch people change like everyone else usually answers? Or you can, you know, not die when somebody like comes up on you with a firearm or something. Just saying, just saying.
There's that, yeah. And if I could get real, just a moment to disappear so that nobody can see me for a second, that'd be nice.
Something embarrassing happens, you immediately vanish. Yes.
But do my clothes still show up? That's the question I always have with this.
Well, this is assuming your
Also-
clothes also become invisible because they're physically touching you.
Also, if you're eating something while invisible, is it still visible and people see like gross mush moving around in midair?
Yeah, at what point does that become a part of me and go
I mean,
invisible?
Enigma, people look at you all the time and all they see is gross mush moving around in the air.
It's true.
You guys are so mean to Enigma. I'm so sorry about this, Enigma.
Oh, you must be new
Okay,
here.
okay.
No. Listen. Hear me out. He deserves it.
Okay.
If
You'll
you
have to
want
convince me.
justification for why he deserves it, he almost got me put in jail in Las Vegas right after the shooting.
True.
Jesus.
Also watch. Hey Enigma,
Yes.
you're a nice person who deserves nice things.
Ew.
See? What did I tell you?
Okay. Fair enough. Fuck you, Enigma.
Well, thank you.
It also reminds me of this time when we were at the Vegas con and we went to a room party and there was a stripper there and she was dressed as Rainbow Dash, and then like when she stopped performing, he leans over and asked her, "So did you dress like Rainbow Dash because you're paid to or because you like the show?"
Genuinely asked. And then
We had a
talked.
conversation.
What'd
Yeah,
she
in which
say?
you talked about your Patreon to a stripper.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You had a
Yes, you
button
did.
on, and it said, "Ask me about my Patreon." And she said, "What's a Patreon?" And then you explained it.
I remember
remember
because Milk was so drunk.
I remember being on the elevator and one of the hotel staff looked at me and said, "So what's a patron?"
Yeah, that's a different one. Like I'm asking you about your Patreon. Was the stripper? I do remember you saying that somebody thought it was patron.
All right. Up next, number 5, Miller. During your life, have you sat down in your chair and asked yourself, why do I like this colorful equins?
Like a moment of clarity. I guess kind of every
Uh,
person in this fandom gets that. What the
yeah,
hell
like
am I
that Black
doing?
Mirror moment. It's like, oh god, why do I do this?
Yeah, the screen turns off. You see your reflections. Oh fuck. um, Not really. I know what I'm about. I don't know. I love the colorful equines.
This is good. This is the good things. Never
Mhm.
be ashamed. Number 6. You live in a house with Fluttershy. She always gives you company, hugs, and snuggles, and many more things. However, you know for a fact that she is the horniest between you two. One day, Fluttershy bent down over you and started sniffing your crotch. She gasped and immediately flew to the room you and her share. She grabbed a particular object, putting the thing around her neck. She came back into your vision upon the two of you made eye contact. Fluttershy looked seductively and asked you something rather lewd and hardcore for you to do on her. What do you think she asked you to do on her?
So generally, like, do people just like respond to these types of questions like sincerely? Like, oh yeah, here is how I would have sex with the Fluttershy, right?
Some of them, yes. Some of
Some
them
of them,
scream.
yes, and some are just like, can you ask a question that long? Is that legal? And then we're like, oh, wait until the VYLON questions, and they say the VYLON questions. What are the VYLON questions? And we all have a good laugh.
What are the VYLON questions?
Oh, you'll get one. I promise you. I won't be here, but I'm promising on the Barcast behalf that you will be asked at least one Vylon question. For your mental
Wonderful.
health, I hope they choose gently.
I look forward to it.
Perfect.
Anyway, Fluttershy has a noose around her neck, which I'm going to take off and put around my neck and throw it over a rafter, and we'll be done with this very quickly.
That's great because here on the podcast, killing
Killing
yourself.
yourself is always an option.
Wait, is it possible? Is it possible for two people to use one noose? To save on costs
Um,
at the same time.
I actually don't know. I bet I could find out. Just I know that at one point in history, when they had to hang children for a certain instance, they were able to kill 2 children with one noose. But I don't know if that work
Wow.
on adults.
I wasn't expecting anyone here to have an answer to that. Wow.
I'm sorry. This is what I did for a living. I learned
Like
about death. I'm not lying.
I'm sorry, but due to budget cuts, we have to. One of you is gonna have to share. Two of you are gonna have to share.
Yeah, that's just not going to cut it. I need to speak to the executioner's manager.
Well, we may not
Yeah.
have the executioner's manager, but we do have RK Striker JK5, who's up next. Number 1, what's your favorite non-MLP franchise?
I'm really a one fandom guy. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's one that I've dabbled in, but I think there's a question coming up that I can answer that.
Literally the next
Or
one.
yeah, but so for now, I'll just say like, I'll just be a total jock and say soccer and football. Like, I'm a big European football fan.
Okay, well then, tailing up with the next question, have you written any fan fiction for European football?
For football, I
No, have you
should.
done
Yeah,
any fan works for
yeah.
non-MLP franchises?
That'd be really good for like a wish fulfillment fic. Just to pick my favorite team, and then they won everything.
Bending it like Beckham.
Yeah, they all bent it like Beckham, one after the other. A long time ago, I was a teenager, wrote um, a little bit of fan fiction for Spyro the Dragon.
Oh my.
I'm hearing typing. Is someone looking for it?
No, I'm looking to see if there's a fanfic called Bending Over for Beckham."
I
Please
guarantee
continue.
there is. I will look for it. Also, yes, I have confirmed you can hang 2 adults from one noose back to back.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wonderful.
say it probably has to be back to back.
Wonderful.
I
What
think it
about a
does.
human and a pony though?
Trying to hang a horse. I know a horse has been hung by the neck until dead before, but it's easier than you think. So I would guess yes, it would probably still work.
Well, a pony is smaller than a human, assuming. So that's
Well, it
possible.
depends on the pony.
We're so
Might be heavier,
demonetized right
though.
now.
Except for Celeste, it's not going to work on her. She's still sitting down, and the noose just doesn't reach.
Well, if we're talking about IRL ponies, genuinely, most IRL ponies are heavier than humans. Just putting that out there. Ponies are a lot less tiny than you think for the most part. They are
Sure.
very hefty creatures.
Thus the appeal of a little pony.
Yes.
All right, number 3. The blurb below your username says you're addicted to sunlight. Are you also addicted to love?
Yes. I mean, aren't we all, right?
I think we are. I'm addicted to love.
I'm addicted to loving my boyfriend. There we go. All right.
And we drink.
There we go.
Speaking of boyfriend, your boyfriend's up next.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Pen and paper. Hey, Miller!
Hang
Can you
on.
give us a list of your top 3 birds?
My top 3 birds. Top 3 birds. Well, let's give it to the bluebird.
Bluebird?
The eastern bluebird. Yeah, that's the profile pic that I have.
It's true.
Bluebirds just wreck other people's shit, like, all the time.
Do you mean blue jays, Priest?
Yes, I do mean blue jays. I'm going to
Yeah.
shut up now.
Bluebirds
I
are
also
the eastern bluebird is a very petite bird. They're very lovely.
I also like Blue Jays because I'm from the Toronto area, and that's their baseball team. And so I mean, why not? Let's give Blue Jays number 2. Number 1 though, I got to give it to the red-winged blackbird.
Badass, great choice. Is it because that they pick fights with people way too big for them?
I haven't heard that, but I'm surprised. I'm not surprised
let me
that
go
they
get
do. Yeah, because like, well, first off, they look like a Pokemon straight up. Like,
Red-winged blackbirds do too?
yeah, they have like the that red patch on their shoulders.
Is that Swillow?
Absolutely. Swillow?
They have
Pokemon.
Tailo energy, I would say.
Tailo, that's it, yeah.
Well, sounds like a weird way to say swallow, but okay.
Yeah, I was out for a walk once in my neighborhood, and there was a red-winged blackbird who was, I guess, grounded for some reason. He didn't look injured, but he was just kind of like waddling all over the path and like crying his cry as loud as he could with like his shoulders hunched. And I was like, you know what? That's a mood.
So check it out. By the way, that was probably a juvenile bird screaming for their parents, because red-winged blackbirds, after they leave the nest, they still don't fly very well, and so they sit in the bushes and just shriek for their parents, and their parents continue to feed them.
He looked pretty fully grown. I don't know, unless it's
They're
like
actually, they look
teenager.
fluffier. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what they look like. Also, there you go. There is an image of a red-winged blackbird picking a fight in behind the counter.
Oh, wonderful!
I love it. The pure audacity of this lad.
Yes.
See, you picked all these fairly like petite birds, to be fair. Like
Yeah.
I did. I could have added the red-tailed hawk. There's a lot of those in my neighborhood too. I love
red-tails.
You know,
Red-tails are nice. I want to respond to this question. I love this question.
my favorite animal / bird used to be the peregrine falcon until I discovered the existence of the harpy eagle.
The harpy eagle is pretty spectacular. They are big boys.
A solid choice. And that was my old blurb, was being small has its perks, so I guess I'm just attracted to the smaller boys.
That's fair. We can quote you on that.
I think if I had to rank birds, I would generally prefer like turkey, then pheasant, and then chicken.
Because you want to eat them.
Yeah.
What's with the flightless birds?
Stop! Excuse me! All of those can fly! All of them! Pheasants can fly! Okay. Turkeys can fly! Chickens can fly! They're not the best at it, but all of them can fly!
It's like the whole point of pheasants is that they get released into the air and people can shoot them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Flightless birds are like penguins or kiwis.
I was gonna say I forgot about puffins. Is there room on my top 3 list for puffins?
You can add a puffin. Puffins are sweethearts.
They're so
well, if I have to rank favorite birds, I got one on my right hand, one on my left, and the seahawk, I believe.
Now then,
no, all of you got to say it, and I didn't, Priest.
Please do
I
it.
want to say my top 3 birds.
I want to hear your birds.
I do
Okay.
too, for the record.
The barn owl, the potu, and the quebrantahuesos.
Well, I
The
certainly know
what?
barn owl. I don't know the other
The
two.
last one sounded like it says it breaks its bones.
Yeah, it does. It eats bones. It breaks and eats bones. That's all it does, and it's the most terrifying creature. And I love him. I love him so much.
Would
Let
it
me
be
go get a picture
of
possible?
this. This
Yes,
sounds
to get
familiar.
pictures.
And he's huge, and he's terrifying, and I love him. I'm gonna go get a picture of him. Hold on. This is a creature.
The barn owl is like one of the most horrifying screeches I've ever heard.
It is true.
It
So-
straight up looks like an animal.
Oh my god!
I
So
remember
the-
this bird. Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that a bunny?
That is a bone. That's just
So-
a bone.
Yeah, so clearly this was made by a boar artist.
Also, it's worth mentioning that they are not small creatures. They are big bird. They are big boys.
Well, we have his meal to scale.
No,
Holy crap!
Jeez.
That is
Oh, okay.
That's a Pidgeot right there.
Mm.
There's a very big one. And the thing is, what they'll do is they'll roll in red dust and then flare their feathers when they want to look attractive. So you got this like giant bird with red eyes, coated in bright red, fanning all of its feathers, holding bones and blood in a pile. And this is the bird. This is the fucking bird that comes at you.
They look
That-
friendly.
That's a goddamn phoenix.
I love them so much. I love them so much. And a
Why does that
potu
look like a
is
Disney movie villain? Or not Disney. Oh, what's his name? Fucking American Tail and all that.
Don Bluth?
Yes, thank you.
and to clarify what a potu is, this is a potu.
Oh.
Oh, he's so cute!
Aw.
And to clarify further, this is also a potu.
Thank God.
It's very different eyes.
I mean, when they you're just sorry.
Bird Pock. That's Milk. You got to make an emoji of that. Bird
Potu is
Pock.
my favorite. I love the potu so much, and his mating call. You think of all these other like big birds for mating, like oh they gotta be strong. Potu clings to a tree, looks like a log as much as possible, and goes. It just like
Can't do
sounds
that.
depressed.
So,
That's all
so
it does. Is it sounds depressed until someone comes and like hugs it.
Like, does anyone
That's-
want
so
to have sex with
That's
me?
what Enigma
It's
does.
okay if you don't.
so that last image, it looks like a feathered Krogan.
It doesn't look real, does it? It just looks like a fake bird. I love them so hard.
The second one looks like a puppet from the original Star Wars trilogy.
Here. This is how they tell you to go away. This is how they tell you to go away.
That they go to you with their mouth.
This animal was designed by a boar artist.
They that is some goatsy shit. Prove me wrong. I'm gonna send it to chat because that's definitely an appropriate
Chat
thing
needs
to
it.
do.
No, chat needs it. So my 3 favorite are like an unearthly, beautiful, screeching, mad creature, a killer with like who eats bones and rolls in red and is the size of a human, and that. There you go. That's my opinion on birds. I hope your boyfriend appreciates my opinions on birds.
I'm sure he does. I wish all birds could be on my top 3 lists of birds.
I think that's understandable.
Birds are top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of top 3, I don't know what it is with amazing questions, but Similian's up next, who I haven't seen ask questions, but coming in with the top quality here. What's your McDonald's order?
The only thing I will get at McDonald's is a McFlurry, and I get a lot of them.
What flavor? important.
Usually Oreo. You can get a shot of mint in the Oreo ones too, which is like mint chocolate's one of my favorite things ever, and mint
Ooh,
cookies and
good
cream
choice.
is surprisingly also a
I could see
great
that.
choice selection.
Didn't they do mint Oreos or something like during the
They did.
holidays?
They still do. It's still available.
Nice.
But where do you inject your pumpkin spice?
into your nasal passages. Anyway, I wanted to ask: is this person a wine drinker? Is their name Semyon by chance?
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
Semyon is a wine drinker.
Semyon.
There's Semyon.
And Nacellus, Semyon needs to stay. We need to adopt them. Okay. Milk, get on it. All right.
It sounds like you're saying
Semyon is
lemon
definitely
milk.
adoptable. He would agree with that.
Semyon. I myself drink a Semyon on occasion. So.
What is your ranking of MLP's seasons?
Ooh.
I feel like I should have prepared something like a little sheet of paper. I wish I was good enough at improv to just rhyme off the numbers 1 to 9 in random order. 3 is the top one. I like 3 a lot, even though it was short. And then the later ones have the young 6, so I like them a lot. The original 2 were very good. Sort of in the middle there, from like 5 to 7, I guess yeah, that's what I could do. I could say 3, 8, 1, 2, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4. There, did I do it?
You nailed it. GG.
Perfect.
All right, which out of the Gen 5 cast could outdrink you?
Out of the Gen 5 cast could outdrink me? Well, there's a question for the boyfriend. Who in the Gen 5 cast could outdrink me? Okay, apparently it's any of them. I take issue with that.
I don't think Mommy Boy could outdrink you.
You don't think which one could outdrink me?
Mommy Boy. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, Sprout. Oh,
Did you
Alpha
say the
Biddle.
handsome?
The handsome gray unicorn bartender. Alpha Biddle, I think was his name.
That's
Alpha
fair.
Biddle. Nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
he could
that was
definitely
it.
outdrink me, but I would put the rest of them under the table, no matter what my boyfriend says.
Wow, that's real kinky, but if you like it that way, all right.
All right, and who out of the Gen 5 cast could you beat in a fist fight?
Well, Sprout for sure. I don't think there's anyone who couldn't beat the shit out of Sprout. I feel like I could beat the shit out of Hitch too, but I wouldn't want to because he's too nice. I would lose to him on purpose for sure.
Let me just remind you that Pip is the smallest out of all of them.
Yeah, I could probably take Pip. Yes. I feel like the bar is pretty low there, but sure.
If all you got to do is bop her in the nose and yell "World Star," and it'll be live streamed.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Or
Yeah,
you
I'll just
could.
pull out my own phone, be like, "We're gonna live stream me beating the shit out of you," and she'd be like, "No, my followers."
I mean, where the good money is probably going to one of the many unicorns yelling mayonnaise and then having a video of you beating the shit out of a unicorn who's screaming bing bong. Like, come on. That'll go on every single like viral media site.
Yeah.
Man beats up a unicorn while it screams in nonsense. I mean, come on.
I mean, BabsCon.
That sounded
Let's
more
go.
like a Pornhub title.
I'm not going to deny that.
Oh, Sprout's mom too. I should add her. She's first on the list. And no, I will not elaborate further.
Elaborate. No.
Alex underscore is up next. So we want to hit him before we go to mid-roll ad?
Up to you. Like I know I have to get going out of mid-roll after mid-roll ad.
Okay. Well, let's knock this out. We can do mid-roll ad, and then Pencil can take her leave, and then we'll proceed forward. Happy New Year. What is the worst thing you've ever had in your mouth?
Oh, the worst thing I've ever had in my mouth.
If you look at your boyfriend after saying that, and it makes him upset, I will
I
be.
was making a point. He's looking at me now, for what it's worth. No. Huh. The worst thing I've ever had in my mouth. I think, okay, so when I did that Flash interview in BronyCon, I mentioned that I was like super cringy. There was a question there that I wish I could take back, and now this is my opportunity. Which I think it was like the same thing. It was like, what is the strangest thing you've ever had in your mouth? And
Yeah.
I think I can double up on this one. I said my cooking, that's stupid. I cook like an angel.
That's fair.
It's
I heard
true,
it's
he
true in the
says.
background.
It's
Yeah.
true, my boyfriend says. There you go. No, but strange, awful thing I've had in my mouth several times is oregano oil. I don't know
Oh,
if any of you know what that is or what, I mean, or what it's for.
I mean,
Um,
I would imagine you'd use it to like dab bread in.
Say it again. Hold on. Was it what?
Oregano oil,
That
Oh,
sounds
no,
lovely.
please.
I don't understand.
it's actually horrible because it's oregano extract and it's like, yeah, I mean, you know what oregano tastes like. It's that, but like times 1,000. Like it's way too strong.
Oregano.
But yeah, it's like I read about this online, total kook science. But if you put it like underneath your tongue, just like a few drops, tastes absolutely horrible. You do that when you feel sick, and
It makes you
your,
vomit so you feel better. Got it.
your sickness just goes away. Oh, no, not stomach sick. Yeah, it doesn't work on that.
Oh.
But it's like when you got like the stuffy nose coming out, sore throat, then you just take some oregano oil. And yeah, there's like, if you look online, everyone's like, oh, it's totally anecdotal. There's no studies that show it works. Well, it fucking works, I'm telling you. I cannot, though, advocate its efficacy towards COVID, though. I don't think it works on that.
No, and we're not gonna be like, hey, do this thing and it helps against the COVID. No, go do doctor good.
Oh, do doctors. They need love too.
Mm.
It's true. Number 2, how would you rate 2022 so far out of 10?
2022 so far? I
Yeah.
mean, I've been with my boyfriend, so it's a 10.
Yay, we drink.
Nah, more like a 6.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
number 3 is chocolate gay.
Is chocolate gay?
Yes.
I
Chocolate
guess
cake.
so. I do eat it. I love it. So
Well, we can ask Milk too for a second opinion. Hey, Milk. Milk.
What are we talking about?
It's
The
chocolate
question
gay.
is chocolate gay?
I think the better question is why is there air quotes around chocolate? Why are we putting quotes around that? I don't. I feel like
That's a great
chocolate.
question, actually. Chocolate?
look, there's a lot of ways that this could be taken, and I'm not sure I really want to know which way he's taking it because 3 of the ways I know are not the ways I want to even deal with.
Wait, there's more than one bad way to take that?
yeah, let's get them in
Oh.
order here.
Yeah, like.
Shit,
ugh.
guys, we're moving to the next question.
Oh, ugh, okay.
What's your favorite thing that comes in cans?
Tuna.
What?
Tuna.
But fruit and vegetables and there's pasta and there's
Wait, pasta in a can?
it's called Chef Boyardee. It's sort of pasta.
Okay, that's true.
Cat
Oh,
pasta.
spaghetti-o.
I'm disappointed that I'm not hearing canned bread.
Also, beans.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not a beans guy.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I like fruit as well, but like when it comes out of the can, I usually do not.
Number 5. Do you want to dance?
Always.
Number 6. Do you have deep insecurities?
Wow.
Same
Right.
answer.
Yeah, yeah. My deep insecurity is that I always want to dance, and I'm worried people will make fun of me.
Number 7. What color is your underwear?
I think. Oh, I think this one's blue. I don't want to check on live. That seems rude. But I could if you guys want to.
Go for it. Let's do it. Ask your boyfriend to check.
Let's hear that elastic. Let's hear that elastic snap.
Yeah.
I don't know if that came up. It's blue. I'm right. I should always trust my gut.
There you go. Or trust your pelvis. Speaking of pelvis, it's time for the mid-roll ad. Hey, Pencil,
What?
did you know that you can help us try to benefit the world at large?
You tried. Did you have a stroke? Are you okay?
I am just having a good time donating my money to the Barcast Patreon.
Oh shit! That's why he feels like you're having a stroke. I get it.
Because my money goes to helping the horses.
Where does it help them? Where does it help them?
in their belly because it feeds them. We
What's
help
the
give
magic
them
made of, Ding Dong? What's the name of the shelter?
Red Wings Horse Sanctuary in Central California.
Wonderful. And how does our money help horses?
We're able to take the money that you guys help contribute to us and help pay for like getting their hoofies trimmed and buying them a nice fresh bale of hay and getting their brushings and good things so they can be happy and healthy horsies.
Aw, yay. Good for healthy horses. And how do people donate?
They donate by either contributing to the Patreon or they can also give us bits on Twitch. All you have to do is hit the little diamond and you can hit a little thing that watch ad and it gives you free bits and you give us the bits and it give us the real money which
Mhm.
100% of our profits and proceeds go directly to horse rescue charity. We lose money doing this. Just ask Milk. He's almost homeless.
What the fuck, dude? No.
I'm literally doing the stream from a cardboard box. I'm sorry, guys.
God damn it. Okay. So, how do we keep milk out of a cardboard box again?
Well, you can join our Discord where we have Bird Pog.
You do
And,
realize
and
milk belongs in a cardboard box, right?
Oh God, I want to use bird pog as a chat emoji for Barcast now.
you can also donate to the Patreon. We do deeply appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Last year, we were able to donate several hundred dollars to Horse Rescue Charity. We want to continue that. They for some reason recognize us and send us Christmas cards. It's actually kind of concerning. Thank you. So, up next,
Well,
we have. Oh,
I got to go. Miller, it was nice to meet you, and everyone have a good time. Please read my questions in the sexiest voice you can, priest. Okay? Bye.
will.
Bye. It was nice to meet you too.
Bye.
all right. Up next, we have questions from Bandy, not to be confused with Bendy. Bandy is way more bandish. Miller the Mad Lad. Very happy to see you recognized on this platform. Tell us, what is your most cursed fandom moment of all time?
Uh, my most cursed fandom moment of all time. I don't know if this is a good story at all, but it was like 2 or 3 stories in that I had written. And I got a message from someone, which is always a good start to one of these stories. um, some stranger who was like, "Oh, I really like your stuff, and like I'm starting writing too." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like, what kind of stuff are you writing?" And we traded a few messages back and forth before that question, I think. Um, but I asked what they were writing, and they were like, "Oh, I'm writing a story about Fluttershy, like working up towards confessing her feelings to Big Mac." And then, like, in the back of my brain, I was like, this is an 11-year-old girl you're talking to right now, Miller. Like, and I just got these
Oh,
visions of like somebody's dad or her dad like busting down my door and being like, "Who the fuck are you? What are you fuck are you doing?" So I was immediately like, I didn't ghost her, but or him. I might have gotten it totally wrong, but I was just like, yeah, that's cool. Um, and I just gave like really shitty answers back, and then the conversation died, and I was like, "Phew, dodged a bullet there." But
I feel like my first fic of 2022. You've inspired me. The title of the fic is going to be Fluttershy confesses to Big Mac, but it's not written by an 11-year-old girl.
it was just the way that
Straight
they
to the
said it.
box.
It was like the way that they said it. It was like they were themselves working up to this scenario, and I was like, "Oh, I feel like this is something a little girl would do." Like, I'm out of here.
Oh, that's kind of cute though.
A
It's a
little
little
bit.
cute. It's also concerning, but it's a little cute.
See, I avoid the curses, so that's the best one I got.
That's fair.
I mean, unless you count meeting my boyfriend on here, I feel like that's pretty cursed.
Nah, boyfriends are good. Boyfriends are good.
I agree. Boyfriends are very good.
We got a question from the chat. Marlon Portum Calp. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I haven't. I have a question. Would you eat an entire Carolina Reaper pepper for $1 million?
I would do a lot of things for $1 million. I would eat
I
several of those.
I'm right here
Are you
with
kidding?
you. For $1 million, like, there's a lot of things I would do.
I'm assuming I would survive. Like, if I would survive, I'd do most anything for $1 million. Jeez.
Like, I could probably, I mean, as long as there was like good medical staff on hand, like I'd probably cut off a finger, like an unused finger, like a non-important finger.
Also, if you're offering, like, please PM me because I
Yeah,
would do
no,
that.
like, what's
Yes.
up? Hit me up.
No,
You
not
like
him.
feet?
Me.
I can give you feet
Me.
pics. Oh. All right, Arconix is up next, who says, "Give Enigma a hug. I demand it."
Who, me?
This is
Ew.
optional. You don't actually have to.
Okay. I
He
kind of
doesn't
want
deserve
to.
it. No, you don't have to. I mean, you can.
I'm being
Please don't.
encouraged not
Why,
to.
why are you feeling up my glutes?
Oh, he knows how I do my hugs.
Well, Rav, we have come to your questions. Would you like to ask them?
Sure, I'll do them in as low energy as possible.
Cool. I need to step away for a hot second, so good luck.
All right. Oh, so let's just jump right in here. What's a question that you wish people would ask you?
Am I doing okay?
Oh God, I feel that.
And yeah, I'm fine.
There's always a good follow-up for that, hopefully.
Mhm. Yeah, no,
If you were the well, and this will go on the Are You Okay? If you were the protag of a displaced fic, what would it be about, and who would you be unlucky enough to be?
Displaced, that's like taking over an existing character, right?
A little bit. So imagine you went to a furry con dressed as Superman, and then you got dropped into whatever world as Superman. Not as you in the Superman costume, but as Superman. That's displaced.
Oh, so like whatever I wore as a costume?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Oh, me, oh my. I have no idea. Where would I end up? Where would I end up? There'd probably be a war going on. I feel like that's what I would drop into a war where it's gone back in time and like World War II is happening again and I'm in it for some reason. That would just be terrible. And also I'm Superman.
Is specifically Superman? Would you be unlucky to be Superman in that position?
That would actually be pretty good. I feel like knowing my luck, I would end up being the guy who was just in the costume and not actually Superman.
Oh, you sound like you have my kind of luck. All right, so if you or your SO or boyfriend in this case could be any size at all, such as a Lady Demi Dami Mommy or a Renamon-esque kaiju, what would your dynamic look like?
Should I ask him?
Go for it. I want to hear.
Hold on. Pen. If you and I could be any size at all, any size, such as a Lady Demi Dami Mom me or a Renamon-esque kaiju, what would our dynamic look like? It's nice to struggle with these questions with someone else in the room also struggling.
I think you would absolutely be the kaiju, and I would be like the Stuart Little, like the tiny pop
That would make our relationship very difficult. We would prevail, he says. Okay. There you go.
I
I'm the
like it. You're the
kaiju.
first person. Yeah, you're the first person and technically the first couple to ever actually answer this.
Well, there you go.
All right, well, while we're on fetishes, have you ever released a foot fetish or porn video, and where can your fans find it?
Oh, this is for VR.
No, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened over the course of this podcast. But so far, no. Someday, that's a goal.
Hashtag goals, I guess.
Well, I mean, you would make a lot of money for it. You wouldn't get the kind of attention you'd want for it, but you'd definitely make the money for it. All right.
I do like money.
Right. Do you read or write snuffles, i.e., gore clop for cute ponies?
I'm gonna need a little bit of elaboration on that. Snuffles. What?
It's I made it up. It's a play on snuff.
Snuff. Well, I mean, gore and clop. Even separate and not hyphenated like that, I have not done. So no, I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
Sorry to
So the
disappoint.
third
I
option.
could
Got
hear
it.
that in your voice. You're like, okay, fine.
Well, I feel like I'm disappointed we don't have any foot fetish videos, and now none of this either.
Yeah, what am I bringing to
I
the
guess.
table?
Well, maybe you can redeem yourself with the next question. Who is your favorite MILF?
Your mom.
Got him! Oh!
I
I'm
have to
sorry.
be like the 15th person who's answered it that way.
No, actually, you're the first person that's answered it that way.
Woo, trailblazer. Breaking new ground in the your mom game.
All right, then favorite non-pony.
Oh, so like including the student six this time, definitely Gallus. 100%. It's my boy. Jerk with a heart of gold.
Nice. Favorite object pony, so soda pone, pizza pone, snack pone, thing pone, and so on.
Wasn't there like a jelly pony like literally in the show? I guess he was just submerged in jelly. He wasn't actually made of jelly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he just had a jelly fetish.
Can I choose him anyway? I love him.
Yes.
Yes,
Woo!
yeah.
Jelly pony.
He would like to be a jelly
What's his
pony.
traumatic backstory? Why does he?
What's his traumatic backstory?
Can't a man
Why does
just
he like
his
swimming in
jelly?
goo?
Yeah, not everything's a trauma. I'm with Priest on this one.
Why does it have to be?
Yep.
I don't
Not
know. You
every
have to
fetish
ask
can be.
Enigma about trauma.
Not every fetish can be traced back to a trauma, Sigmund Freud.
I love it. I love it.
All right. So since bats are the superior pony, how many anons must we suck dry?
All of them, as long as it kills them. I don't understand the Anon thing, so.
Why do you come
Oh.
here into my house and diss Anons?
I don't understand. I say it to people all the time whenever they bring up those types of fics. I say I don't understand the little green man with the question mark on his face. I don't understand.
It's not about the green man. It's about it being anyway. It's move on. I will die on this hill.
Oh, you know that's not
green-
even true.
I
There
will-
is
I
an
will
Siobhan
die
anon
on
the
this
just like
hill.
to
character.
kick off.
He's
Yes,
the
there is,
Riddler.
but I didn't make him, so
No, we can thank 4chan for that.
move on.
All right. So speaking of terrible, why is Spike the worst and everyone that likes him wrong?
Oh dear. What do you have against Spike?
He sings
you
for
see,
one, so it
you
makes
see,
me want to kill
Pencil.
myself.
Yeah, Pence already left, and she would explain to you a whole essay on why Spike is the worst.
I mean, the only good line he had in the entire show was literally, and I quote, "an outhouse."
I was just thinking about that too, so maybe you
Yeah.
got something going there.
Yeah, that's literally the only good line he's ever had. The rest of it, he's either the straight man or he's holding the idiot ball.
I mean, I like him a lot. I'm sorry to say, I don't know if the question my favorite episode is on here, but the Crystal Empire is my favorite for sure. And
Which
he
one? There were
saves
like
the
3 or
day.
4 with him in the Crystal Empire.
The first one, so the two-parter,
okay.
if I'm allowed to choose a two-parter.
Ah.
Yeah, no, I like him. Plus, there was like I remember that episode where he's like where there's the Equestria Games going on, and he's like trying really hard to be liked. And then I remember I was just enjoying that episode, like, oh, this is fun. And then Twilight said something like, "We all like you, Spike, but you need to like yourself," or something like that. And I was like, ah, fuck. Like, don't see me so hard, Twilight. Like, fuck you.
How dare you try to make me like myself? I can't even like myself.
Anyway, yeah, I like
At
Spike
least
a
at
lot.
the
I'm
end,
sorry.
At least he got with Gabby. He said no to Rarity the Thought and got with the Chad Gabby.
Oh well, now we have someone who doesn't like Rarity. What's going on here? So
He's
much
not the only
negativity.
one that doesn't like Rarity.
Oh dear,
It's true.
so much negativity.
All right, well, we'll move away from the negativity, well, kind of, and we'll give you a fun one. If you could start an interstellar war between any two factions from any universe or universes, who would they be and why?
Gosh, there are so many creative people here who would have so many amazing answers for that. I could start interstellar war. I do like to start those. I would go with the Ponies of Equestria and Warhammer. I know absolutely nothing about Warhammer, but I'm just going to throw that out there.
Which Warhammer?
Okay, so
Fantasy Warhammer or Warhammer 40k?
He's probably talking about 40k, and he's probably referencing Space Marines.
Sure.
Oh
Right.
Yeah.
yes, he's probably
He's right.
referencing 40k.
I can hear the wine swirling in the glass.
Markiplier, what are you doing here?
Well, I mean, you figure most people's exposure to Warhammer is the 40k, and it usually is the Space Marines.
It's true. I was thinking about the Space Marines.
Got him.
So are you saying the Space
Yeah.
Marines just need a hug?
Yes, they do.
They need
do
worse
seem
than a
very
hug, but
angry.
yes.
No, they would be offered a hug, and if it wasn't accepted, then they would be destroyed by the ponies.
Oh, we're going there. Got it.
No, there's a pony who doesn't like me. Exterminatus.
No, it'd probably end up being more like a series I can't remember the name of. Anyways.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on. If dick cheese could be blocked and sliced for sandwiches, how much vaginal marinara would we need to spread on our avocado toast to make a fuck trophy? A flushed consolation prize is acceptable too.
Flushed consolation prize. Nah, fuck that. 2 tablespoons, 100%. I'm pretty
2
sure I've seen this.
tablespoons.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this recipe before. 2 tablespoons.
Jesus.
All right. Well, it's good to know the recipe is out there. Something to look for.
That's the thing that you're searching for your whole life. Yeah, the recipe.
I may not. Well, I would have been searching it. Yeah, I would have been searching for it my whole life. I love making people uncomfortable. Speaking of, how many words is too many words?
How many words is too many words?
Yes.
What's my longest story? Because it would be one more word than that. That's too many.
What's
That's a good answer, actually. I think that's the best answer I've had to that one.
Or, yeah. Well, then I'll stick with it. There you go. That's my answer.
All right. You're trapped in a room with 10,000 dicks. How many are you choking on?
I mean, what is there a benefit to? I feel like there's something missing from this question. That's like you have to choke on them all to get out or something.
No, that's just the question. How many are you choking on?
This is just my life. I might pet some of them like they were like dogs on my lap or something. Not a lot would end up in my mouth. Max 5.
Okay. Circumvented the joke. Got it.
Speaking of circumventing,
right?
Up next is a non-pencil.
Who is not here.
It's true. So I get to do it in a sultry voice. Hi.
Hello.
What would you whisper into a vagina?
You guys are hilarious. Has anyone in there seen my car keys?
What would it whisper back?
And I don't have it ready, but it would just be the sound of a car unlocking.
It's actually kind of, it's in some ways it's like better because you didn't have it. If you had it like super prepared, we would probably laugh and be like, "Oh man, he planned for this." But that shows like it was off the cuff. Like, oh, I know, I got this.
There you go.
Up next is Shakespearecles, the man, the myth, the legend.
Is not Shakespearecles? Is that not how you pronounce it?
I'm pretty sure it's Saint Shakespearecles. We've had him on the show several times. I call him a friend. Shakes, are we friends? Oh, is he not in chat anymore? Shakes, I need to know, are we friends?
No, he's not in
A
chat.
real-
That means
He says
that
yes.
means that
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
in.
have to
I'm taking Jingle Moss back if you say no. No, I'm joking. Okay.
Shout out to both of you, by the way, for Jinglemas. Shakes did a great job this year, and you did a great job in your years. It was very fun.
Thank you. I'm really happy for Shakes. He's taking it over. I couldn't have handled it this year for sure.
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot.
What time is it?
The quarter to Dick.
It's Miller time.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's answering the questions himself now? Is that how it works?
That's the answer that he put. There was a correct answer for this question.
Does he get like demerit points for answering his own question, or?
I think Shakes just has many demerits as it is. I don't think one more is gonna upset him.
Oh, one of those. Got it.
It's one of those things where if you've broken the rules so many times, it means nothing anymore.
Gotcha.
It just goes into his permanent record.
No, I mean, like, okay, never mind. Number 2, do you drink Miller Lite, Miller?
No, it's terrible. It's piss.
Speaking of piss, number 3, next chapter of Addenda when? I'm sorry, that
that's
was too
rude.
mean.
Wow.
That was too mean. It came out of my mouth and I knew it was too mean.
What if I just like hung up? Like, all right, well, not welcome here, obviously.
I've been like, boom, canceled. Just fucking bye. Flutter Priest, more like Flutter gone.
Also,
Rex.
Addenda is the deepest cuts of all deep cuts. Like that was like what I don't think I've here. He's linked it, which is helpful enough. When was the last time I did that? 2016. Yeah, that's pretty fucking deep cut. I think that story started as like me putting like side stories to some of the original characters I made. And now I just kind of incorporate them in the original stories involving those characters. So never Shakes.
Correct. Cat's Cradle 2 will be finished first. Number 4, speaking of Jingle Moss, how was your experience with Jingle Moss?
Jingle Moss. Jingle Moss.
Jingle Moss, Jingle Miss.
It was great. All 3 years have been really great that I've done it. The first year I got Sombra and Troubleshoes Clyde, which as soon as I received those in the message, I was like, come the fuck on. How the hell am I supposed to? But the story I wrote is like unironically, I think the best story I've ever written. Like it's just really tight and it works well. So yeah, that was good. And then I got like Luna on her own, and then I got Gallus and Silverstream this year. So yeah, like I said, you and Shakes have done a great job on that.
See, I think that was probably one of my favorite things with Jingle Moss. Before I was posting on FimFiction and I was posting in a place that was green and had a lot of text. One of my favorite things to do was to like make a post saying like, "Hey, people pick like an object and 2 ponies." And just putting random shit together based on what they said. Just like, okay, I got to figure out how to make this work. It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah,
and that was one of my favorite things with Jingle Moss. There were sometimes people like that was the whole thing where Breezy's came from, where it's like, where some people are just like, I can't write this story, and so they nope out. It's like, all right, well, I guess it's time for us to do it then. So
yeah, if I had more time, I would definitely be a Breezy. It's like that first experience with Clyde and Sombra like really opened my eyes. I was like, that was like the most fun I've ever had writing, was getting those 2 in a room together.
it's true. The Breezies are the unsung like heroes of Jingle Moss. Jingle-miss. Jingle-miss.
Jingle-miss.
Everyone's
Yep.
just like critiquing how I say jingle-miss now.
I was
God.
doing that a little bit too.
To be fair, we would have to bring Obsolescence on and ask how he said it. He was the OG.
Oh man. Rip in peace, Obsolescence.
Even then, there was only like 12 people in the first one. All right. Next chapter of The Disappearance of Harissa Honeycomb when?
Oh, I should write more of that. That was like, yeah, a more ambitious story that I was writing with like fully original characters. Yeah, it's just that could have been an answer to the question of what I'm writing right now, because I always feel like I should go back and clean up, because it's been a while since I wrote those. You know those stories that you go back and look at them and you're like, oh, I would do this totally different. Yeah, like the story itself is unfinished, so that's like it almost gives me a license to change those chapters as I want. But, yep, it's on my list. It's definitely happening sooner than Addenda is.
All right, number 6. And relay this question to your boyfriend. Pony play.
Relay this question to my boyfriend. Ben, the question is, pony play? Did you hear that?
Yes, pony play is a kink thing where one person basically assumes
One
the
person is
persona of a horse, like
Riding
that,
broncs.
literally to the point of like riding and galloping, and they are a horse now, and the other person is the caretaker for the horse.
Lava
Oh,
leather,
yeah. Hold on. I'm
those
gonna
eye
unplug.
blinder things.
Hopefully there's no feedback. Yeah, I think our answer is no.
That's fair.
Maybe a feed bag.
Yes, they're wearing something. They said one person's the horse and the other person's the caretaker.
All right.
sorry about that.
Well, that's making assumptions of who's the caretaker. By the way.
Well, let's go to something less controversial. Number 7. Wiping, sitting or standing?
Oh God. Less controversial? Are you serious?
I mean, it's clearly sitting, right?
Oh dear. Oh, I'm about to make some enemies.
No,
No,
It's
wiping.
sitting, right?
Well, that's the thing though. Priest, if you're sitting, there's a chance you can look up and actually wipe your balls.
How are you this bad at hand-eye coordination?
If you stand, there's no risk of that.
Oh my God. Is it me in an enigma right now? I stand.
Yeah,
Why?
I stand also.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat though.
Oh, this is important.
Priest, what's wrong with you where you're sitting?
I'm going to take this
That's a
sitting
good
down.
question.
All right, next bonus round. It's your mom's birthday. You have the perfect gift for her that is guaranteed to make her the happy, but you realize you've misplaced it elbow deep in a horse. Butterfingers, am I right? So, with your mom present, do you roll up your sleeve and go for it to retrieve the gift, with your mom making eye contact with you the whole time, and then give it to her right there and then? Or do you go with the old standby and give your mom dick in a box?
I gotta go elbow deep. Yeah.
Elbow
My
deep.
boyfriend knows me so well. Also, I don't think he's aware that that's a drinking word.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's why I'm saying it so much. Yes, it's elbow. Yeah, I'm going elbow deep for sure. I mean, I paid money for that gift. I'm just because I misplaced it somewhere, it doesn't mean.
You're just
I
trying
guess
to.
I could re-gift it next year.
Are you just trying to relock your car?
Good one. That was a vagina though.
Speaking of vagina, Marlon Kalp 4000. Hey, they're out in the chat today. Has questions. Number 1, what's the worst fic on FimFiction that you've ever read and why? Why is it mine?
The worst one. Was that Marlon saying that, or was that you, Priest?
No, that's me saying that. But no, the worst fic on fanfiction you've ever read and why?
The worst that I've ever read. God, there was this one about a certain someone's bathroom flooding with semen. Am I the only one who knows that?
No, I know that one.
I also know.
I am acquainted with Majin Siko.
Shout out to Majin. This is great. I'm getting to shout out all my friends right now, including Majin for his gross semen story.
All right, and the number 2 is the same question that we asked in chat earlier. So I'm going to move on down to the last post of the thread. Lily Kuzland. Number 1, do you listen to music when writing? And if so, what kind?
Oh yeah. Sometimes. If it doesn't have lyrics, like if it's like some trance music or some like Solar Fields or AS Dana, I like a lot. Sometimes there are certain genres of instrumental music that can just sort of fit the mood of what I'm writing. Even just like an acoustic guitar can fit like sort of a country setting or something like that. Sometimes I will, but in general, it is silence.
The sound of
So you listen to Alvin and the Chipmunks Night Court. Got it.
Yes, that's whenever I'm writing Pony. Yeah, that really sets the mood.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. I'm not going to acknowledge Enigma, and we're going to move on to the next question. If you were dropped in the middle of World of Ponies, would you rather change to fit in or remain human and remain the master of scritches?
Oh, yeah, 100% change, definitely. I mean, I get to choose what race?
Yes.
Okay, then that's no question. I get to be a griffin. Come on. Okay, that was disappointing my boyfriend. Pony then, or Pegasus rather.
Wow. Okay.
Say goodbye to them fingies.
What if like you could be a hybrid, like a hybrid between the two? I mean, that's got to
That's
happen at some point, right? Like
yeah, I don't
interspecies.
know.
Actually,
They
Would
no.
have
We
to
saw
they
what
call it
happened
a
in Gen 5, I guess.
they call it a
Okay, so
hippogriff. It's called a
we need to
hippogriff.
bring it. We need to. You guys know the furry chart where it shows how dangerously close the thing is to furry. It goes from 1 to 5. Just we need to bring that up and just point. You just need to point where you want to be on the hybrid list.
I mean, I'll just go 100%. Might be a hybrid.
All right, 2A. If you did change their preference on species, we kind of covered that. Number 3. If you could introduce any one technology to the MLP setting, what would it be and why?
One technology?
We've got like can be from
Um,
FTL ships to cybernetics, anything.
Airplanes, for sure. I want to see the Earth ponies and unicorns and the other flightless creatures in the air in airplanes trying to organize airspace with the other Pegasi because I feel like it would turn into a race war
You know,
very
actually,
quickly.
there's going to be a lot of deaths because a lot of Pegasi are not going to know what that thing behind them is, and the next thing you know, they're cutting a propeller.
Yeah, they get sucked into the engine and then the plane will go down. Yeah, it'll be a whole thing. And Twilight will be like, I gotta fucking deal with this now.
I actually really like that as a prompt because they've never had to deal with like airspace issues while they're Pegasi, even with like Rainbow Dash going out and fucking breaking Mach speeds and whatever. So like why all of a sudden planes and it's like, oh, this is what messes it up.
Yep.
Oh
And
Yeah,
god,
then
I've
some.
a
got an
lot of
idea for that, but it's actually really dark, and I don't know if I can say it on stream.
a lot of Pegasi could be hanging around inside a cloud, and then that plane breaks through the cloud, and all of a sudden there's like red contrails behind that plane.
Yeah, that cloud was actually a city. You just murdered hundreds of people.
Plane
That was
like a
cool.
747 flying through clouds.
Mommy, why is that cloud all red?
Oh, that's awful.
Oh
That's
my god.
awful. I kind of love it though. Okay, number 4. You've been given an invitation to dinner with any being from the MLP verse. Who would you pick and why?
Well, my boyfriend's nodding, so he obviously has some idea. What is it? I was gonna pick Luna. Fuck you. Fuck off. I just feel like I learned something from her, okay? She seems very smart.
Tell me, Miller, what is this POG thing I hear my citizens talking about?
Pog is the word of God. Pog is life.
It's fair. Bird Pog. It's a whole
Bird
thing.
Pog especially. Bird Pog is the word of God's. It's the word that they listen to.
Now then, we're out of questions in the thread. Normally this is where we begin to wind things down, but we talked about VYLON questions earlier in the chat or earlier in the cast, so we need to expose you. Enigma, can you do the jingle, please? Please do the jingle.
With VYLON.
That's
No, wait, that's Old Spice. That's Old Spice.
Oh, get the fuck! I'm so done with you. Goodbye. Okay, so it's time for questions with VYLON. Question number 1. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Is it okay that he's back?
Yes, it's fine. He's back.
Okay.
He
What
needs
would I
friends.
do? Well, I would kill a man. That would be first. I wouldn't ask any questions. I would kill a man and say, "Is that enough, or should I do more?"
No, that's fair. That's fair. If Eve doomed the entire human race for an apple, what would she do for a Klondike bar?
What would she do for the Klondike? She'd probably save the human race again for the Klondike bar. She would rewrite her history and fix her mistakes to save the human race to her Klondike bar.
I like that. I like it very much.
That apple wasn't even that good anyway.
Exactly. Yep.
Final VYLON question. Do you think that Hitler did nothing wrong if he did it for a Klondike bar?
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about politics, Priest.
That's a great call, because VYLON questions don't follow the rules.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. So that means I can talk about politics?
No.
Fuck.
We said it's a podcast, not that we're not hypocrites.
I think Hitler was overdoing it. I think he could have done a lot less and still been owed a Klondike bar.
It's fair. He didn't have to kill the clown. There's a joke there.
Yeah.
Now then, that is all the questions that we had today. Miller, how are you feeling?
Wonderful. I am nowhere near as miserable as you predicted.
That's good. We always go in, trying to express as little as like lower expectations and then exceed. If someone listens to this cast in the future and is like, "Hey, Miller Minus is super famous now. I'm so bummed I didn't get to ask a question in this thread." What's the best way for them to like reach out to you and be like, "Hey, Miller, you're so awesome. I want to send you like a message."
Work email. Work email, says my boyfriend. No. They can reach me on FimFiction, Miller Minus. My Discord is the same, Miller space minus, and my number code for now, anyways, is 6572, and I'm really open to people messaging me. So here I am.
Heck yeah. Also, Chad is catching me back up and throwing out questions that I missed. Mugany asks, what are the names of your Spyrofics? He wants to read them.
I don't think I remember. We'll find it, yeah. And even if I could remember it, I don't think I ever want anyone to see that cursed part of my history ever again. I remember there was like created original characters. There was like a guy dragon and a girl dragon, and it was like the guy dragon was who I wanted to, like, who I pictured myself as, like, and the girl dragon was like who I wanted as a girlfriend. And then I turned out to be gay, so that's funny. No idea what a therapist would say about those characters I made.
So what you're saying is that Spyro fanfiction made you gay?
I think it was the vaccines, actually. I think that.
Wow, Miller, it was a great time having you here. I'd like to thank our top donator for the stream, which is Rose with 100 bits. Do you got anything else? Any parting wisdom you want to leave for the stream?
No, I think I'm cut off.
That's fucking right. No, you're not actually in trouble. But thank you, Miller, for joining us today.
I had a wonderful time. Thank you for having me.
Thank you,
Also,
everyone.
shout out again to Semyon and Pen and Paper. And the artist note is Cam. They're good friends of mine.
Oh, they are good. They are good peeps, and they are always welcome at the Barcast. This closes this edition. Be sure to check in next week. And Milk, what are we doing next week?
Fucking games. That's what we're doing. Games.
We're doing games.
I think.
We're doing. Are we doing Among Us? Or is that to be determined?
I have no fucking idea. You guys ask me this all the time, and I tell you the same thing every week. I have no fucking clue what we're doing.
So sus. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll probably bring in some Patreon folks too, because that's a benefit of joining the Patreon. Is we'll tag you guys in for games. So, thank you everyone for listening. Your bartenders have been Enigmatic Otaku,
Why is my dick so huge?
Milk,
Sus.
Ravage,
X'd out.
our amazing guest Miller Minus,
Goodbye.
and I'm crying.
Aw.
I'm crying.